Is it time? What is that?
It's like a keyboard blow, like electronic blower to blow the dust off everything.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Morningwood. This is a sports show hosted by two idiots. We are those two idiots. My name is I was about to say
My name is Jason. My name's Matt. Nice to meet you.
My name is Jason. This is Matt. I don't know what I'm saying. My name is Matthew. This is Jason. I'm sorry to hear that. My Ravens have won 4 straight.
Hey, baby.
What's up, everybody? This is a great episode. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of football, a lot of great stuff going on. Let's get right into it. Top of the morning news. The same day as the Davante Adams trade, a little bit later, a couple hours later, we had another receiver go to another team. We got Amari Cooper. He's headed to Buffalo. They needed this. I was saying that they needed to get a receiver. I wanted them to get Davante, but they had other plans in mind. They said, the Browns suck. Let's save some of their, let's save Amari Cooper's, mental health and get him on a winning team. The Browns trade him for a 2025 third-round pick and a 2026 seventh-round pick. The Bills then receive Cooper and a 6th-round pick. I think the 7th-round pick is like interchangeable. I could be wrong. I think I heard that on the Pat McAfee show. But regardless, the Bills acquire a receiver. They needed it. They needed a little bit of help moving Coleman and Shakur to now the 2nd and 3rd receivers, getting some veteran presence in the locker room from Amari. It probably takes a load off of Cook, who's been playing good. Hopefully he, gets healthy off that shoulder injury. But for the Bills team, the Bills offense, they needed this. I think Amari is going to be a huge help for them. I think he's still going to get the job done as the number 1 receiver, and it hopefully allows, Allen to not have to be Superman every week. So,
yes.
Good news. Good news for Buffalo. Next up, we got Packers signing kicker Brandon McManus to a 1-year deal, and you might be like, why is this morning newsworthy? Here's why. This is actually really important because Brandon Narvison, it should be Brandon Nervous, the previous Packer kicker, I believe they're going to cut him. He missed 5 field goals in 6 games. I don't know if you guys have been watching the NFL lately, but field goals have been pretty easy this year. Everybody's kind of knocking it through the pipes, but Braden over here can't seem to figure it out. So he's out of here. They're signing Brandon McManus. They need that. You never want a game to come down to the kicker and not feel confident in the guy going out to do that job. So that's huge for the Packers.
Been in the league for a while, I think. McManus has been
he's a veteran
for a long time.
Yeah, he's a veteran, so that's huge for them. Next up, we got the best running back in the league, in my opinion. I know I might not agree with everybody else, but when healthy, I believe he is. Nick Chubb is set to return on Sunday against the Bengals to make his season debut, returning from the knee injury. I love watching Chubb. I hate that we have to play against him twice a year, but in those games, it's always a fun watch. He's a beast, and of losing Amari, the Browns need something, and I think he will.
They're beating the Bengals this week.
Give him a little spark. So Nick Chubb's back. I'm happy to see that. I want him to stay healthy, especially because he injured himself against my Steelers, and I was really sad to see that. So anyway, speaking of the Steelers, let's keep on them because I love talking about my team. It's so much fun. Rumors, and the way it's looking as of this week, Russell Wilson might be taking the snaps on Sunday. He took first-team reps all week in practice, and it's looking like he's going to be the starter against the Jets on Sunday. I know there's going to be a lot of talk about this, a lot of people agreeing, a lot of people disagreeing. I could care less about what they say. He's a 9-time Pro Bowl, Super Bowl winner, should be a 2-time Super Bowl winner in my opinion, and he's going to be throwing the ball a little bit down the field, which we really haven't been doing much. Fields hasn't played bad. We're 4-2, but I've been saying it all season. I want to see Russ in this offense. I think we're just going to take a little bit next of a step. And of the 4-2 teams, we got to be one of the worst offenses of those bunch. We have to be. There's no way we're not. So we need a little bit of a different look. Moving on, Rashid Shaheed's meniscus surgery will be actually today, and this is to determine if he's only going to be sidelined for multiple weeks, which we're hoping for. We hate injuries, hate seeing guys out for the season, but it also will determine if he's going to be out for the season. So prayers up, thoughts and prayers for him. Hopefully it's it's good news, and hopefully it's only a couple of weeks that he's going to miss, but we'll see. That will actually be dropped today, so look out for that. Following up on Jay's morning news 2 days ago, Cooper Kupp, according to Rams head coach Sean McVay, is actually trending in the right direction to play on Sunday versus the Raiders. I believe he was practicing early in the week. It was rumors that he might be able to play. Now he's trending in the right direction. Hopefully he's out there. The Rams need kind of a must win here for the Rams. They kind of need a win here to stay in the hunt for the NFC. That's a good team. It's a good, well-coached team. So hopefully he gets out there on Sunday and gets back to be the Triple Crown winner of a few years ago. And lastly, the best cornerback in the league, Patrick Surtain, will be out tonight for Denver with a concussion. I believe he suffered this last week. So unfortunate for the Broncos. That's tough loss, in that secondary. Probably their best player on that team. So, but that's the news. That's the news. Couple of guys coming back. Couple of guys getting some information on if they're going to play. We got maybe a new starter in Pittsburgh, and Nick Chubb's coming back. So a lot of good things to look forward to. Amari Cooper found a new home. Hopefully it works out for him. But that's the news. Let's toss it to Jay.
Let's get to the Antonio Brown tweet of the day. Roll the clip.
Antonio Brown.
Who on social media, man? This is about us. Nobody else, man.
And I'm going with, just because this picture edit is crazy. If you follow AB on Twitter, you know who he's voting for in November. Whatever, regardless of your political views, this edit is crazy with Donald Trump and that iconic picture after him getting shot. And then it's AB's face just cheesing, taking him off the stage. He is an absolute clown, but I love it. I just saw this and I had to put it up there. I mean, AB is just crazy.
People actually don't know he's actually a part of the Secret Service team.
He is. He's doing something with like voter registration or something I've seen on his Twitter, and that's what this is about. But just this picture is just phenomenal.
Dude, his graphics team is unbelievable.
What a guy. We love AB. He's on a generational run. It continues this week as well.
He really is. He's not going to stop.
It's never going to stop.
Let's talk about some NFL football. Let's get into our Week 7 picks. As of right now, we are tied up, 52 all on the season. Jay's had a comeback.
Only two teams on a bye this week, so we got a lot of games.
Yeah, the Bears and the Cowboys will not be playing. Thank God for the Cowboys. Nobody wants to watch that anytime soon. I don't even think their fans want to watch that. So. No. Let's get into it. Let's start with Thursday night football. We got that Denver Broncos taking on the Spencer Rattler Saints. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I just think that I know Patrick Surtain out for the Broncos is a big miss, but I mean the Saints have no one rolling. They have Olave out. They have Rashid Shaheed out. Spencer Rattler is starting at quarterback. Give me the Broncos. I just think it's too much offensive firepower to lose. And against a good Broncos defense, I think Bo Nix, Sean Payton revenge game, I guess you could say, against the Saints here. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I'll keep it short. There's too many things too many hurdles for the Saints to kind of jump over in this one. I got the Broncos winning on the road as well. Could be a little bit of a trap game as far as keeping it close, but I got Denver in this one.
Then we go to London again. The Jags stay in London this week. Probably the most exciting. It's a good thing that this game is the only thing on because people will probably actually watch it because it's the only NFL game on. But we got the Patriots going to the Jags in London at 9:30 Sunday morning. You might want to sleep in for this one.
I'm not waking up.
I don't even know where I'm going to go. I think I'm going to pick the Jags just because they've been in London for a week. They have nothing to lose at this point. Drake May, the rookie quarterback, starting again for the Patriots. I'm just going with the Jags because I don't know where else to go.
I'm with you on that one. I'm going with Jacksonville as well. They have looked better in the last couple of weeks. Again, 4 drop touchdowns last week against the Bears in London. I'm liking the way Trevor's played in the last couple of weeks. Like he's looked better and he's not getting much help, but they need to help him out here. But New England, I don't know what to make of them. They're awful, but like they could surprise this. I mean, it's this game's terrible. Just give me the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why I'm talking about it.
And then the normal Sunday slate, 1 p.m. We have Seattle in Atlanta. Kind of a banger. I think one of the highest point totals on the board. It's in the 50s. What do you like in this game?
I don't know what I like, actually.
It's a tough one.
Seattle's lost 3 straight. again, they've lost to two good teams in that stretch, but losing to the Giants didn't really help. I think for them, just because San Francisco's starting to get it rolling here, they're getting a little bit more healthy. Obviously, everybody's coming back. I think Seattle needs to win this game in Atlanta. It is a bit of a tough road game for their defense, who has looked not great overall, especially in the pass game. I keep betting against Kirk Cousins. I'm going to keep doing it, but I'm going to go with Seattle. They need, after losing 3 straight, you got to get a win. You can't lose 4 in a row. I like their coach. I like Mike McDonald, so I like them to scheme up something to kind of get back on track and start rolling here again soon. So give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. I think like the offenses it's going to be a shootout for sure. I think I'm going to go with the home team. It's just a hard game to go on the road and win. We got to go across the country to Atlanta. Kirk Cousins and the offense have been putting up points. Give me the Falcons.
That's a tough game, honestly.
Yeah.
What's not a tough game is the next one. The Tennessee Titans go to Buffalo. Buffalo just now got, like we said in the morning news, Amari Cooper. I like the offense to look a lot better and less Josh Allen heavy dependent. I think the ball will be spread around more. Tennessee's coming off of a close loss against the Colts. I like Buffalo. I like the coach quarterback combo of them. I think they're going to take care of business at home here.
Yeah, I agree. They should get James Cook back. He was questionable last week, didn't end up playing, but he should be good to go. Amari Cooper, this offense, I'm excited to see how this offense looks. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to surprisingly have one of the better offensive personnels, even just after one acquisition now.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They needed somebody like that.
Yeah. You're good.
So we got the division matchup in our division, the AFC North. The Bengals go to the Browns, like you said in the news. Nick Chubb is back for the Browns. I'm going to take the Browns in this one. Why not? I mean, I continue to pick against the Bengals. It's worked out for the most part so far. I think I took them last week to win, but I'll go back against them. Give me the Browns. Get the run game going a little bit. Help out Deshaun Watson if that's possible. Give me the Browns.
I'm gonna be on the opposite side of this one. I'm gonna take Cincinnati, and the reason is because I saw a stat about the Browns in 2016 and 17, like one of the worst teams that have ever been. Through the first 5 weeks, this offense in 2024 is actually worse than that Baker Mayfield-led Browns team somehow. I just think the Bengals have too much offensive weapons for the Browns to keep up with. Obviously, Nick Chubb being back is huge, but losing Amari Cooper, their pass game, even with Cooper, was never good. Maybe could be a trap game and surprising people for no reason. The Browns do win, but I have the Bengals in this one. I think they're good. They're good offensively to put up points. I just don't think Cleveland's going to keep up with them. So
fair.
But another banger of a game. This is a banger. The 4-2 matchup between both teams. The Houston Texans, little AFC NFC battle. Two good teams. They go to Green Bay, the Cheeseheads. I have a question mark on this game, so I don't even know who I'm going to pick, so I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the way the Texans are playing right now. I mean, they should have lost against the Bills if they just figured out how to coach. They beat the Patriots like they should, not in a super convincing way. Drake May kind of diced them up a little bit. So I'm going to take the Packers at home. I think if this was in Houston, I might be the other way. But I think just the home field advantage, Lambeau's probably going to be rocking for this one. Give me the Packers.
Yeah, I'm undecided on this. I've picked against the Packers quite a bit this season. It's not worked out a ton. The Houston Texans, like you said, they didn't look great against Buffalo. They did put up a lot of points against New England, but their defense kind of didn't play great, especially in the secondary. But I want to pick them. I don't know why.
You hate the Packers, bro.
I don't even hate the Packers. I don't know why I keep leaning against them. I don't know why.
Just say it, bro.
I'm going to take Houston on the road. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Wilk. But I'm going to take Houston. I think that I don't know. I'm taking Houston. I'm just going with my gut. My gut says Houston right now. I'm just going with it. I don't know why, but.
Got to go with your gut.
I guess.
And we kind of have kind of a sleeper, not a sleeper game, but like a sleep game.
It might put you
The
to sleep.
Dolphins, like I don't even know what's going on with the Dolphins. Like, is Tyler Huntley still their starting quarterback? I haven't heard any news. Like,
he is.
The Dolphins. Anthony Richardson looks like he's going to play in this game. I'm going to go with the Colts at home just because the Dolphins don't have a quarterback. I'd like it more if Joe Flacco was playing in this game. Honestly, I'd like that pick more. Maybe AR just gets hurt again and Joe Flacco comes in. But honestly, give me the Colts.
Probability is probably not even that far off. Yeah, in the NyQuil game, just give me the Colts at home. I don't even know. Like, I'm not watching this game. There's no way.
And then we have a banger, one of our matchups of the week. The Lions, the 4-1 Lions, go to the undefeated Minnesota Vikings, a massive NFC North battle. Who do you have in this one?
That's a good question because I have another question mark on this one, and I actually don't even know who I want to pick. This is a banger of a game, which we're going to break down a little bit. Like you said, one of our 2 matchups of the week. I love both of these teams in different ways. Like, Minnesota's defense is so fun to watch. Like we've talked about, big play defense. And then obviously this Detroit Lions team is just a train. I pick the Vikings every week and it's not failed me. They're 5-0. I'm going to go with them at home.
Expecting that.
I'm going with them at home. I know a lot of people are probably leaning towards Detroit, rightfully so. They just destroyed the Cowboys. But coming off a bye week, I like the coaching staff for the Vikings, especially Flores, to scheme up something against this Detroit team. I'm hoping that this is like a 3-4 point game. Like, I hope this is a banger.
Should be.
But I'm going to take the home team, the 5-0. Until they lose, you know, I'll keep picking them.
I'm going to ride with the Lions in this game. I think
that's fair.
The big part of the Vikings' success is turnovers, and I think Jared Goff has been really, really good at not turning the ball over the past few games, and their offense is a wagon. The defense does worry me right now with Aiden Hutchinson out. Are they going to be able to get pressure on the quarterback? Their secondary is not that great. But I just think the Lions will be able to score on the Vikings defense. I don't know if Sam Darnold will be able to keep up. They do get TJ Hawkinson back, which is huge for the Vikings. But, yeah, give me the Lions. Give me Jared Goff and Dan Campbell. Yeah, man.
This is a great game, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Eagles going to New York, a little divisional game here. Philly didn't look great against the Browns last week. Their coach is literally a psycho, I guess. I'm still going to pick the Eagles here on the road against the Giants. The Eagles kind of need a little bit of a good win, really, like a statement game. I know they got both of their receivers back, which is huge. Saquon didn't have a great day last week, but I like him against the Giants to kind of have a little bit of a better game. Watch out. I mean, the Giants are a good football team. They have a good defense, so it's going to be tough for Philly, but I got Philly in this one.
Yeah, I got Philly as well. A little Saquon revenge game, you could say, against the Giants.
That's true.
I think with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, that offenses, they need those two guys for that offense to get going. I think they continue to do that. The Giants did not look good against a bad Bengals defense. So I like the Eagles as well.
Yeah.
And then we have kind of a weird game. The Raiders go to the Rams.
West Coast matchup.
Yeah, a little West Coasty. I'm going to go with the Rams here. I just don't believe in the Raiders. I like Antonio Pierce as a coach, but, I mean, they gave away Devontae Adams. Max Crosby isn't fully healthy. I like Sean McVay as a coach. Cooper Kupp coming back, big win for the Rams. Give me them to get it done.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Give me the Rams at home. I like Sean McVay, obviously. A lot of my games I choose are quarterback coach matchup driven because it's hard to not win those games when you're favored in those two spots. Give me the Rams at home, like you said. Cooper Kupp coming back, that's huge for that offense. And the Raiders, I think they're just they got a couple years to work with here. But moving on, we got a little NFC matchup. We got the Carolina Doo-Doo Panthers going to the Washington Commanders, who are coming off a loss against your Ravens. Didn't look bad, though. Didn't look bad. I'll make this one short. I got the Washington Commanders winning at home, bouncing back off that loss against you guys. Again, another coaching staff that just is really good. I don't know too many teams with a rookie quarterback that are going into Baltimore and only losing by one possession. So give me the Commanders in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I think they get the running game going back again. The Panthers are one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. I don't think Jaden Daniels he won't have to put the team on his back to win this game. Give me the Commanders.
Yeah.
And we got our second matchup of the week, Super Bowl rematch. Chiefs going to the 49ers in San Francisco. I'll pick this one first. Give me the 49ers, baby.
We already know
I picked against the Chiefs. They're 5-0. I haven't picked against them every week, but I picked against them most weeks. But, I mean, they just don't look good. But they figure out a way to win the game, and it makes me angry. But give me not the Chiefs. Give me the 49ers. Give me Brock Purdy to show the Chiefs defense that a good football team is going to score points. The Chiefs, I don't think they score enough points in this game to win this football game. Give me the 49ers.
Yeah. Our second game of the week, like you said, matchup of the week. We'll break that down more. Super Bowl rematch. Love that. This is a banger. It's two of the top teams in each conference. This is tough because going with the 5-0 Vikings was easier when they're at home. Picking the Chiefs on the road against a San Francisco team that's starting to get rolling, looking like they should. I'm still going with the Chiefs in this one. I like the 49ers. I like where they're headed, but they haven't lost yet, so I'm just going to keep picking them until they do. But give me the Chiefs. I would love, this game is going either way, honestly. Yeah. I'm
so glad this at 4:30 p.m. game or whatever.
Yeah, this honestly, I don't know how they need to trade the next game we're about to talk about with this one. This should be the Sunday Night Football game. Honestly.
I like this game. This is actually a good matchup. I like it.
I hate it. Let's talk about it. The Jets come to town. They come to the Pittsburgh Steelers. New acquisition. We prepared for Davante Adams last week. They said, who were we playing? The Raiders. Davante might play. All right, let's prepare for that. And then who we got this week? The Jets. Davante Adams might play. Okay, let's prepare for him again. I don't know where to go. If Russ is playing, I'm happy about that. The Jets defense did play well against the Bills. They look pretty good. I like our defense against the Jets better than the Bills did, and the Bills played pretty well. I mean, the Jets did kind of drive down the field and miss a couple field goals. I still like our defense at home. I think I'm not sure if that offensive line is going to be able to handle TJ and our pass rush. And like everyone's talking about, Aaron Rodgers isn't completely healthy, it looks like, on that ankle. I think we're going to get to the quarterback too much for them to be able to, move the ball efficiently on offense. But I'm taking my Steelers at home, which is shocking.
Every week you're like, I'm never picking the Steelers again, and then you just pick the Steelers every week.
Because we suck, but
I'm picking the Jets in this one. I like the way their offense looked. They should have won against the Bills. They get Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers connection back. I think that's going to be a huge boost for the locker room. I think this defense is good. C.J. Mosley came back last week. We don't know how Russell Wilson is going to look. It's like we're looking at a game week 1, and we don't know how the Steelers offense is going to look with Russell Wilson. I mean, the Jets secondary is a top 5 secondary in the league. I just don't think the Steelers can score enough points unless the defense has 3 turnovers, which is always possible with the Steelers. I don't think they win this game. I just don't think they score 20-plus points to win. So give me the Jets.
Honestly, this is a really good matchup when you break down like both offenses versus both defenses. So That'll be fun to watch.
Then we go to Monday Night Football. We get a doubleheader. My Ravens on prime time against the Bucks. Kind of a shootout potential game as well.
Like 80 points game here.
It might be. It might be similar to like the Bengals-Ravens game. But I'm always going to pick the Ravens because I'm a Ravens fan. So give me the Ravens against the Bucks. I think we're going to have to. I think the Ravens' record against Baker Mayfield is pretty good historically. Obviously, he didn't have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, but give me the Ravens stopping the run and then just giving it to Derrick Henry and Lamar. Let them run all over the place.
Yeah, this is 2 of my top 10 teams. Ravens coming off 4 wins in a row, which is huge. Bucks coming off of I don't even know this. It feels like they've scored 50 points like every game. It seems like this is a great matchup, great offense. This is going to be such a fun watch on Monday night. I'm leaning towards the home team here. This game to me can go either way. Like if it's a shootout, it's just going to be what quarterback doesn't make the more mistakes. I like both coaching staffs. I like both teams. I'm just going to lean towards the home team here. But I would not be surprised if y'all go into Tampa Bay and win at all. Like, this is a toss up for me, but I'm just gonna pick the home team. I like this game. I like this game to be a shootout. Like, I would love to watch that. You have two of the best both offenses in the league. So, but give me the Bucks at home. So yeah,
L pick.
It's just like, I don't know. That's a tough pick. Like,
is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess not. Y'all have won 4 in a row, but like, the Bucks can move the ball and score. Like, they're not like terrible.
No, they're a good football team.
Yeah. You want to cover this last one?
Yeah. So we got Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers going to the Cardinals. I'm gonna keep it simple. Just give me the Chargers. I like Jim Harbaugh. I like this offense. I like the defense. I just like the culture that he's built in LA. The Cardinals haven't been impressive at all. I mean, they've had some close games against good teams where they look okay, and then other weeks they just come out and don't do anything.
Yeah,
give me the Chargers. Excuse me.
Yeah, the Cardinals. Their 2 most impressive games have been beating San Francisco late in that fourth quarter, and then honestly how they looked against the Bills in that loss week 1. But I like the Chargers in this one. I've always said that Herbert to me is a top 3 quarterback. I know everybody thinks that's crazy, but he's had the best start to a quarterback's career ever. So I'd like to see him have a big game here, like a 300 plus 3 touchdown type game. I think he could do that against Arizona. I know it's on the road, but I do like you said, the coach quarterback combo in this one. So give me the Chargers, baby.
The Chargers.
Those are our picks. All of mine are wins. Lock it in.
That's questionable.
It's very questionable. Probably losing all of them. It's fine.
We're on a lot of different sides this week as well.
Yeah, it's going to be one way or the other,
crazy,
I think.
Actually. A lot of different sides.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
It'd be boring if we both picked the same
thing, for sure.
Gotta spice it up.
I'm just going to take the lead this week in the picks, but it's fine.
It's questionable.
Is it?
Ravens are losing on the road.
That's very questionable.
It's not, trust me.
All right. Let's break down our first matchup of the week. Lions going to the Vikings.
What a game, man.
We have a matchup for first place in the best division in the NFL right now, the NFC North. The undefeated Vikings host the 4-1 Lions. The bye probably came just in time for the Vikings. Sam Darnold will have all of his weapons for the first time all season. The former star Lions tight end now plays for the Vikings. TJ Hawkinson is expected to make his season debut after that ACL injury. The Lions are coming off a absolute rout of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Their offense has been rolling. They've scored 89 points the past 2 weeks. They are the top scoring offense in the NFL with 30.2 points per game. They have their toughest matchup of the season this week on Sunday against the Vikings, who get after the quarterback and force turnovers. Minnesota's allowing 15.2 points per game, and they are only one of 10 teams in NFL history to have 20 sacks and 11 interceptions through their first 5 games of the season. The Vikings offense, like I said earlier when I picked the Lions, their defense worries me. The Vikings can take advantage of some of the injuries on the Lions defense. Aiden Hutchinson, obviously out for the season. And then their other top edge rusher, Marcus Davenport, suffered a season-ending injury as well. We have a potential shootout on our hands, and I'm ready for it. I think the offense for the Lions can get going, and then the Vikings can take advantage of some of those injuries. Sam Darnold and the boys, Justin Jefferson, can get after it a little bit.
Yeah, those are great points. I'm just excited we get to see an NFC North game here. Two powerhouse teams right now. 5-0 meets 4-1. You gotta love it. The Vikings are seeking their first 6-0 start since 2009, which is a while ago, as they host the wagon of a team, the Detroit Lions. You already know that building in Minnesota is going to be rocking. It's going to be loud in Minnesota.
Cool.
This is going to be a high emotion, high energy game from the jump. You know Dan Campbell is going to get them boys ready, and I'm excited for this one. My key matchup in this game, like you talked about, Mine is Detroit's offense versus this Vikings defense. We've talked about Goff, who's looking very good in the last 3 weeks. He actually started the season with a 1 touchdown to 2 interception ratio in the first 2 games. Didn't look great. They did win one of those games, but since then, the last 3 games, he's got 7 touchdowns to only 1 interception. Like you said earlier, he's protecting the ball. He's doing good at the quarterback position to lead this team. He's making really, really good throws. Obviously, the game against Seattle, he was 18 for 18. He's played really well. This average offense is averaging 36.3 points per game in those 3 games, which leads the NFL, I believe. And that's my matchup. This offense versus that big play defense for the Vikings, led by Brian Flores, the best defensive coordinator in the league, in my opinion. The defense is tied for second in turnovers at 13 and third in points per game at 15.2. This defense is really good. You can move the ball on them, but when you get in the red zone, you're not going to score touchdowns. And if you make mistakes trying to force the ball into tight windows, hold the ball too long in the pocket, they will eat you alive back. Yeah. You cannot make mistakes against them. They're well coached. They're well prepared every week. This is going to be a great matchup. That offense versus that defense. Whoever wins the tail of that is going to win this ball game, and I'm excited to see who does it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Detroit can get that offensive, that running game going against this. The Vikings are second in the NFL in rushing yards allowed per game behind the Ravens, and Detroit has the 2-headed monster back there. So if they can get the run game going, they definitely have a shot for sure.
It's hard to run the ball in the Vikings because giving their offense good field position, they're usually scoring points off of it. They're really they got to be one of the best teams in the league at that. So you're kind of having to play like not catch up with the Vikings, but keep up with the Vikings. So it's hard to run the ball on them because you don't have too many opportunities to do so.
Let's get into our second matchup of the week. Our first time we've had 2, but we just couldn't choose between one of these 2 games.
Too good.
Super Bowl rematch, Niners, Chiefs. Chiefs go to the Niners. The story of the Chiefs, it hasn't been easy this year. But they are finding ways to win. They are the Chiefs is still the Chiefs, as Pat McAfee likes to say, 5-0, and are coming off a bye. The Chiefs have not scored 30 points in a game this season, and the main reason why they're winning games is that defense is showing up huge for them. The 49ers, pretty disappointing start, 3-3 to start the season, 2 blown leads in the fourth quarter against the Rams and the Cardinals. Just can't happen if you're the 49ers. I really hope they show up to this game and the refs are not the story of this game. I want a good football game and the refs to stay out of it. I really like the matchup for Brock Purdy and these receivers against the Chiefs secondary. Purdy hasn't really been under pressure. He has the most time in the pocket than any other quarterback in the NFL. 2.8 seconds is the highest in the NFL, time to pass or pressure. The pass blocking for the Niners has been the best, and they are second in passing yards per game. The Chiefs are in the bottom third of the league in passing yards allowed per game. If the Niners offense can get going a little bit, they obviously have to run the ball. That's number one. But opening up those receivers against that Chiefs secondary is going to be the key for them to win. They're going to have to score to win this football game, and the Chiefs offense has kind of been underwhelming. So if the Niners can score more points, that's what I like for the Niners to do. Mahomes, I don't know if he has the weapons to get it done in this game. Like I said, I picked the Niners to get it done. So,
yeah, I'm a great points. Obviously, I'm going to piggyback off that. We get, like everybody's saying, the Super Bowl rematch. The question is this a Super Bowl preview?
Ooh,
maybe.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Maybe. We'll see. Purdy versus Mahomes, part 2 in San Francisco. Two of the best teams in each conference. I know that the 49ers are at 3-3, but as a roster, as a coaching staff, they're really good. The Chiefs couldn't ask for a better time to be coming off a bye week to prepare for maybe the best scheme in the NFL on the offensive side of the ball. The key matchup in this game for me is the Chiefs front 7 against the Niners run game. I know the Niners as an offense is really good, but the Chiefs need to really control this game in the run game on defense. Kansas City's given up 88.4 on the ground, which is 5th right now in the NFL. Very good. While the 49ers are 3rd in rushing at 158 a game. I believe they're behind you and I forget who else. But so you have a really good run offense versus a really good run defense. And I know Spags, and the boys will have a good scheme. But it's just everybody's going to prepare. But as soon as the game starts, it's who's going to perform better right when a snap's going. So the Chiefs, they will need to make plays in the backfield and somewhat control the line of scrimmage. They got to have tackle for losses. You got to, like we've seen it. We've seen the film breakdown of San Francisco. You could drive, freaking tanks through that offensive line holes most of the time. So they gotta minimize what this offense is capable of, and that's running the ball efficiently, well. And it don't even matter who's back there. Put us back there in the backfield. We gonna our average over 5 a carry. It seems like. And with the run game, like I said, overall, the 49ers are a good offense in general. Brock Purdy and the boys, they're second in NFL in passing at 262 yards a game and second in total yards per game at 420. So it's not just the run game that you got to worry about. This offense can move the ball against anyone. So they need to attack the run game because in San Francisco, they are a run first, start the offense with the run to open up the pass. That's how they set up their scheme. Then they start getting in the motion, the guys in motion, the reverses and sweeps. You get the play action game rolling. That West Coast scheme can tear you apart and eat you alive if you're not ready. But it starts with the run game, and they set up the pass with the run better than anybody else in the NFL. Maybe the only one that's close is the Ravens. So excited to watch that. That's a huge matchup. Again, the Chiefs front seven, they need to control this game from the line of scrimmage. Like you said, that wall they have out in San Francisco in the pass game, it's the same thing in the run. They create, they're just good. That's a good unit, maybe one of the best in the league. So that's my key matchup. The Chiefs front seven, they got a lot of work cut out for them, but I think they can do it. Spags, I think, has the boys ready, so I'm excited to watch that. Like you said, first week we've ever had 2 matchups of the week. It's looking good. Some of these games
well deserved this week.
For sure.
Let's get into our power rankings.
I love this segment.
Into week 7.
I love this. This is one of my favorite things we do.
Not a lot of movement for me as total. I mean, the Vikings and the Chiefs were both on buys this week. I still have the Vikings in my number 1 spot. Nothing's changed from last week.
Has anything changed for your first 1 through 3?
No.
Okay, so we'll get that out of the way. Jay's first 3 doesn't change, and my first 3 doesn't change. I have obviously the Chiefs and the Vikings 1 and 2. They haven't lost, but they haven't played. They don't move, and then I still have Detroit at 3, coming off that. them Cowboys did not know what hit them. Good Lord.
Yeah. I have the Vikings at 1, 2 Chiefs, Ravens. My Ravens still at 3. Had them there last week. They'll be at 1 after the Vikings and Chiefs lose this week.
Okay, buddy. Moving on in the 4 spot, I actually have his Ravens at 4 and 2, coming off 4 straight wins, looking very good. And I think you guys are one of the best coached teams. It's hard to stop that offense right now. It's not quite. You don't win 4 games in a row beating some good teams without good coaching. But
give it the ball to Derrick Henry and you win.
That's hard to do. That's hard to coach.
It's really not. The first 2 weeks they didn't know how to do that. But yeah. Okay. I have the Lions. They haven't moved for me either. I had the Lions in 4 at the 4 spot. They stay in the 4 spot for me.
Yeah. I had actually Baltimore moves up a spot from last week with their win against a good Commanders team. And I actually have the Houston Texans, even though they're coming off a win. I just have them flipping. Houston falls 1 spot at 4 and 2. Both really good teams, both really well coached teams, good quarterbacks. But I just think the Ravens win against the Commanders was a little bit more impressive than, the Patriots suck. So, but still, my 1 through 4 really, really good teams.
Yeah.
Or 5.
And then in my 5 spot, I have the Texans. I believe I had them in this spot last week as well. They got it done against the Patriots. There's no real movement for me for them. I think they're a top 5 team still.
Yeah. In my 6th spot, I have Buffalo actually moving up 1 spot. And the reason I didn't have them, I actually moved them up. I changed it when they got Amari. I think that really shoots them back up to being – they could be one of the better teams in the AFC, honestly. They just need to kind of figure some stuff out defensively, especially in the back end, I feel like. But overall, this is a well-coached team. I'm a big fan of, Sean McDermott and that coaching staff. I say it every week, but I got Buffalo moving up to the 6th spot at 4 and 2.
I have the Bills moving up as well. I think that Amari, they haven't lost, obviously, since our power rankings, but I just think that Amari move is huge. We've been talking about it all season that the Bills need some kind of weapon, and they They agreed, obviously, and they went out and got Amari
Yeah.
Cooper. So, yeah, I like the Bills at 6.
Yeah, my next spot, I still have Tampa Bay ahead of the next team I'll talk about, but I have Tampa Bay moving up one spot, putting up a 50 burger on the Saints. That offense, again, it's one of the best in the league. They got a lot of firepower. Baker's like almost must-watch TV. Like, he's so fun to watch. Even if it doesn't even matter if you're not even a Bucks fan. He's just so much fun to watch. Like, I'm just happy he's found a place and is excelling at it. So give me the Bucks at number 7. They move up one spot as well. Another 4-2 team. Feels like every team in my top 10 is 4-2, but
yeah, a lot of 4-2 teams. I actually have the 49ers at 7. I know they're 3-3. They have 2 blown losses, but just the personnel, the eye test. I mean, record's not everything. Unfortunately, in the fourth quarter, they just have some blown leads, and I think they get that cleaned up. They're just a good team, and I still believe that they are going to win the NFC West, and I think they're a top 7 team. Give me the 49ers at 7.
yeah. In my 8 spot, I have Green Bay. Same thing. I have them followed by the Bucks. I had the same 1 and 2 back to back last week, and the only reason is just because I think Tampa Bay just offensively is a little bit better than Green Bay. Green Bay is getting it rolling here a little bit, though. Love coming off a 4 touchdown game, so it was good to see that improve. But I have them at 8. They move up one spot off of the win, so give me the Packers at 8. Cheeseheads.
Yep. I also have the Cheeseheads in the 8 spot for me. I really like that defense. I think it's an underrated just crew they got in Green Bay. And then Jordan Love kind of figured it out a little bit last week against the Cardinals, a game that they should win by double digits. They did. They got it done. So I think the Packers are still there, 8 for me.
Yeah. In my 9 spot, I have Washington. I have the Commanders. They do fall 3 spots for me, and it's not because they looked bad. They actually looked really good against the Ravens, in my opinion. I just have them falling 3 spots because Tampa Bay still has the win over them in the season. And I think if they played Green Bay right now, I think Green Bay will win that game. So I put Washington at 9. Still a good football team. Still a top 10 team, deserving. So I have the Commanders at 4-2, though.
Yeah. I have the Bucks coming in my 9 spot. I love that offense. I just think that defense has some question marks. I mean, Spencer Rattler and backup wide receivers just put up like 30 points on them. So I think they have question marks on defense. Their offense obviously is very high powered, but yeah, I like them at 9. Something about their defense just I don't trust that much.
Yeah. Good point. I got the 49ers coming in at the 10 spot. They don't move. I have them at 3-3, and the only reason they didn't move is because they have a tough game this week, obviously playing the undefeated Chiefs. I'd like to see what they look like after that to maybe make some changes in my top 10 because I didn't really want to move them up and make them fall back down if they lose. I truly believe that this could be the NFC, team coming out into the Super Bowl, coming out of the NFC. They are one of the best coach teams. That scheme offensively, like they're just a good team. They're a good team, but I don't want to move them anything yet. So I have them still at number 10.
I have the Commanders coming in at 10. I think I had them at 9 last week. They just bumped down one spot. I mean, they did play well against the Ravens. They're still a top 10 football team, in my opinion. They just got to get the run game going against whoever. I mean, they're a top 5 rush offense in the NFL. They just couldn't get it going against the Ravens, but they're still a top team, in my opinion.
No, they are. I don't know too many teams with a rookie quarterback that would go into Baltimore and lose by one possession. So that's our top 10.
The top 10 of
the
week.
I love doing the top 10.
Might have a lot of movement. I mean, we have a lot of these guys playing in good matchups this week, so we could see a lot of movement next week.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's move to some college foosball. College has been on fire recently. It had a banger of a weekend. We got another one rolled up this weekend.
If you got any plans on Saturday, you got to start canceling them.
Yeah.
Every week is just banger. And it's not even just like one good matchup. 12 o'clock, bangers. 3:30, bangers. 7:30, bangers. 10:30, bangers. Like
bangers.
It's just college football is not disappointed or it's not letting up. Let's get into it, though. Let's talk about the first game. The Miami Hurricanes, baby. My Miami Hurricanes coming off of a bye week, going to Louisville. I was kind of hoping the Cardinals would still be ranked because we don't play anybody the rest of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if we went out. But we do take on the Cardinals. Still a good football team. Still ranked in the last 2 weeks they were, I believe. So not something to take lightly, but I just wish they were ranked so that it would look a little bit better on our strength of schedule. But regardless, I'm going to keep it going with the Hurricanes. The U, offensively, we've looked really good, obviously led by Cam Ward and the boys. Defensively, I would like to see us wake up a little bit, especially after the last 2 games. We've given up a lot of points, a lot of yards. So I like us in this game, but I would really love to see our defense kind of show up a little bit and show like, hey, we're back and we're good, and we need to see that for the playoffs too. So,
this is going to be a good game. I believe I saw this game has the most impact on the college football playoff this week. Like the outcome of this game, it's like 20% difference of who wins if Miami, or like the impact it'll have on the playoff. Yeah, I'm going to roll with Miami, just coming off a bye. They gotta have a statement win. They're the 6th ranked team in the country. They've escaped some crazy games recently. We need a statement win from the Canes, and hopefully they can do it. And it would be a statement win if they can win big in Louisville.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna fucking do it, mate. All right, a Big Ten matchup, a crazy one. That I didn't think would be one looking at the beginning of the season, but Nebraska goes to number 16, Indiana. I don't know where I want to go with this one. Nebraska is a good football team. I'm going to take Indiana, number 16 at home. I think that offense can score points. Nebraska, obviously known for that defense with Matt Rule. But I think Indiana gets it done. Patrick Mahomes Jr. hasn't looked great. He's looked okay in some spots, but I think Indiana gets it done. I think they score enough points to get it done.
Yeah, I kind of agree with everything you just said. Nebraska is a good football team. I think they're like, what are they, 5-1 or 5-2 or something? Yeah, they're a good football team. It's tough because like I could see them playing a good game here on the road and kind of pulling it out. But I'm going to go with the home team as well. I'm going to take 16 Indiana at home. I think Nebraska winning this game really comes down to like Dylan, Raiola. Like it depends on how he plays. Kind of like Buffalo, really. Like if he plays good, they're going to need it to win on the road here. And Indiana, I mean, if they want to make some noise, this is a big game. This is a big game to win if they want to make a push for the college football playoffs. So give me Indiana.
Okay.
Moving on, we got arguably
a banger.
Arguably game of the week. Alabama, number 7, they traveled to Tennessee, little SEC matchup. The SEC has got some bangers this week.
That place is going to be banana land.
Tennessee is going to be rocking. I'm pretty sure the last time these teams met in Tennessee won. They beat Alabama's led Nick Saban's led Crimson Tide. So I'm interested to hear your take on this first because I'm still undecided on what Alabama team is going to show up. Because I don't know who's going to show up. Is Kalen DeBoer going to lock in and dial it down, dial the noise down, and really get these guys laser focused? Or are they going to come out nonchalant just like they did against Georgia in the second half and just like they did against South Carolina and Vanderbilt?
Yeah, this is definitely, I think it could be an offensive shootout for sure. I mean, Tennessee has a prolific offense. Alabama's defense hasn't been what it has been. Jalen Milroe, I mean, they can put up points as well. I don't know, man. This one's tough.
This is a good game.
I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with Alabama just because I want to see Jalen Milroe have success here because I think he's a good quarterback. But I'm gonna pick Alabama. I don't love it. Like that's gonna be a tough place to play if they can minimize like the mistakes on offense, like no offensive penalties, which is gonna be hard. I just know Tennessee's going to be rocking, but just give me Alabama.
Yeah. This is a tough one to choose from, but I'm going with the Crimson Tide as well. They need a game. They need a game to show like they're not just overrated. That it is a tough game. It's not some walk in the park. Obviously in Tennessee, like you said, Tennessee's offense can be explosive. They've had some rough games lately, not putting up a ton of points when they lost to Arkansas, I think. But Bama, like in the last, like literally since the second half of the Georgia game has looked very questionable. Obviously, they've lost to Vanderbilt. They almost lost to South Carolina in that second half of that Georgia game. They completely collapsed. This will be probably the last game I truly believe in Kalen DeBoer and that coaching staff. If they come out and look flat and lose to Tennessee and don't look good, that's it for them. That's it. Is this a must-win for Alabama? I don't even know. It might be.
I think it has to be. I mean, their strength of schedule is enough to bring them back if they lose, but I don't know. They'll have 2 losses on the year.
Big game.
It's a big game. And then one that you wanted to put on here, number 12, Notre Dame goes to Georgia Tech.
The Yellow Jackets, baby.
Who are you picking in this one?
This is a tough game. It's a toss-up game. Notre Dame's bounced back. They bounced back. They've looked good. They lost to something called Northern Illinois, but that was feels like a lifetime ago. It feels like they're new. They maybe went on a team retreat, like remember the Titans. Maybe they had some. What am I talking about? Give me that Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at home, baby, to take care of number 12 Notre Dame. They're independent. They don't even count. They don't even count as a team. They don't have to play in a conference. They don't have to play a conference championship. Get these teams. I don't care. Give me a Yellow Jackets.
Give me Notre Dame, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Give me Notre Dame.
Georgia Tech is going to pull the upset of the week, baby. You guys heard it here first. Don't you worry.
And then we have a big Big Ten matchup.
It's a top 25 matchup.
It's a top 25 matchup, barely. Number 24, Michigan, goes to number 22, Illinois. Give me the Illini in this one. Michigan is not Michigan. They can't score. They play good defense, I'd say. Okay defense. Illinois, I like their quarterback. They can put up points. If you can't put up points, you're not going to win. Michigan cannot do that. Give me Illinois.
I'm actually on the flip side of this one as well. I'm taking Michigan on the road in Illinois. I don't know why. But
it's a good argument.
I got to play catch up a little bit here. And I know Michigan can't move the football, but that defense, I don't know if Illinois played a defense like this. I like them to go in, control the game. It might be a low scoring game, but I think Michigan pulls this one out. It's not too hard of a game on the road, so just give me the Wolverines in this one.
Wolverines.
Next up, we got LSU, number 8, coming off their win against Ole Miss. They go to Arkansas, who's a bit of a sleeper and a big upset potential. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, give me Arkansas. I've been down on this LSU team pretty much all year. They shouldn't have beat Ole Miss. Ole Miss just gift wrapped that game to them. Arkansas is a good football team. Garrett Nussmeier did not look good against Ole Miss. They got to go on the road to Arkansas. Give me the Dogs at home to get a big win against LSU.
The Razorbacks. I like it. I'm actually going to go opposite here. And the only reason is, and this might make no sense, but every time I pick against LSU, they freaking win, even though they're very overrated in my opinion. But I will take the Tigers on the road. I think that the only thing they really have going in this is the momentum beating Ole Miss and kind of stealing one out. They are 8th right now, and they still have to play Alabama, so this is kind of a big game for them to stay in the top 10 range. And this is a huge game for Brian Kelly and, like you said, Nussmeier, who hasn't looked great. Give me LSU. I think it could be close. This is an upset alert in Arkansas, but I like LSU slightly in this one.
And then we get our matchup of the week.
Banger!
An absolute banger. Number 5, Georgia, goes to number 1, Texas. Who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I've been low on Georgia all season. I absolutely hate Carson Beck. And it's not changing anytime soon. Yeah. Put the horns up, baby. Give me the Texas Longhorns at home to, I hope to God, dominate the Bulldogs. I hope Ewers throws for 5 touchdowns in the first quarter and just goes and rides the bench for the rest of the game. We're going to break this game down literally, realistically, me not being an idiot here soon. But give me the Texas Longhorns at home. Number 1 team. They're a wagon, and I don't see them slowing down.
Yeah, I'm on the same side here. I like Texas. I thought about this game, just looking at it without doing any research. I was like, maybe Georgia can win this game. But as I dove deep into the stats, I was like, nothing is looking like it's going to be in Georgia's favor. We'll break that down here soon. But, yeah, give me Texas to get a big win at home.
It's not a lot to think of. They have Carson Beck. They're not winning this game.
You are dumb. Let's break this game down. Why don't we?
Yeah, matchup of the week. Number 5 at number 1. What a day,
baby. So like we said, the undefeated Longhorns coming off a 35-3 beatdown in the Red River rivalry against Oklahoma. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. And Georgia coming into this game with back-to-back SEC wins against Auburn and Mississippi State after that loss to Alabama. Texas so far has looked like the most complete team in the country. They have a speedy offense. Ewers and Manning have been efficient through the air, and their defense has been dominant. Even their special teams looks good.
Literally.
43 points per game. They have the depth at every position. And on the other side, Georgia's defense is not looking like the Georgia defense that we're used to. They gave up 170 yards on the ground to Kentucky and then 205 yards to the Yellow Jackets, like to the Georgia Tech Jackets. Their secondary has been showing some issues too. Jalen Milroe had a career day against them. Mississippi State also threw for 300 yards against this Georgia defense. And Texas can take advantage of both of those holes in the defense. I think they could absolutely feast. I think Texas defense does enough against Carson Beck, your favorite quarterback. And that's the way I'm leaning. Like I said, Texas, I think they could roll here.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said because it was all against Georgia, so I agree. and we got an SEC prime time, baby, 7:30 kickoff. Love to see it. Georgia has the test of a lifetime here as they go on the road. Number 5 taking on number 1. Obviously, it's a big game. This starts the rough stretch for the Bulldogs here. They have Texas. They're on the road against number 1. Then in the next 4 games, they have Ole Miss on the road, Florida in between that, and then they host Tennessee. That's rough. That's a rough 4-game stretch. So is this a must-win for the Bulldogs? I kind of think so. Are they going to win it? Absolutely not. I think the key matchup in this is going to be the coaching battle, believe it or not. I haven't really talked too much on a coaching battle for matchup of the week in NFL or college, but this is the one. This is the one where Steve Sarkisian and Kirby Smart go at it. 2 of the better coaches in the country, maybe the 2 best. The Bulldogs have come out flat 2 times this season, like you talked about, against Kentucky. Kentucky had a pick 6 in this game called back that would have won them this game. Kentucky should have won, and obviously the first half against Alabama, they kind of forgot the game even started. The Longhorns have maybe the best secondary in the country, which is funny because coming into the season, they were a big question mark, losing a couple guys to the draft, maybe even into the transfer portal and stuff. But now it looks like they have maybe the best lockdown secondary in the country. It's hard to move the ball in this team, and they move the ball at will. They are a wagon. It's going to be a rough test for Georgia's offense, in my opinion, against this defense. If they get down early to Texas, it's not going to be good. Yeah, it'll be like Bama where Carson Beck throws the ball 50 times so everybody can tell me he threw for 400 yards. Whoop-de-doo. Congrats. He threw the ball 800 times. I'd hope he'd throw for 400 yards. I think that Steve Sarkisian, I think this could be a statement game to taking the title of best coach in the country. I think it's been Kirby Smart the last couple of seasons. It's been him and Nick Saban. But now that Saban's gone, I think Kirby took the head of that. But I think with the win on Saturday night here for the Longhorns, I think Steve takes the title, in my opinion, this season as the best coach. I think whoever has the boys prepared the best coming into this game, protects the ball, and plays better situational football, because this game might come down to the fourth quarter. That all comes down to coaching and preparation, and that, to me, leads to whoever has the better coach and coaching staff. I think that Texas, with the win, takes the mantle of that. And I think whoever can control their team the most. We've seen some teams come out with high energy and make some bonehead plays and bonehead decisions. Alabama's done that. Ohio State kind of did that a little bit at the end of their game against Oregon. So whoever has the team buttoned up the most, in my opinion, will win this game. And I think this is the first coaching matchup that I look at and am interested in a lot. But this is a great game. I love this.
Texas minus 5-point favorites. I think we hammered that.
I think we put the whole mortgage on the money line for Texas. I think they just beat the Bulldogs in this one, honestly.
I might alt spread the Longhorns to minus like 13.5. I think they just get after it.
I mean, if you have Carson Beck, like you might as well just They might as well not even go to the game, honestly.
Speaking of betting, we have an underdog entry for the NFL this week. If you're not on Underdog, you need to get on Underdog. And if you use code WOOD when you sign up, you will get a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up. Code WOOD. Put this entry in. We got 4 picks for you that are absolutely dialed in. We are hitting all of these. I'll start it off. Chris Godwin, higher than 6 receptions. The Bucks play the Ravens on Monday night. They're not going to have a lot of success running the football. Nobody does against the Ravens. I see Baker having to throw for most of this game. He's had 6 or more in 5 of 6 games. Chris Godwin higher than 6 receptions.
I like that one. Speaking of receptions, let's go with T. Higgins at 4.5 receptions. This is kind of laughable. He's gone 6, 9, and 7 receptions in the last 3 weeks. Burrow in that offense is becoming one of the better air raid offenses in the league. I like him to find T. Higgins again in this game, easily getting at least 5 receptions, easily.
Keeping in the receivers, I got A.J. Brown, higher than 70.5 receiving yards. He's only played in 2 games this year, but he's had over 100 in both of those games. The Eagles go to the Giants. I like them to have success through the air. Give me A.J. Brown higher than 70.5.
Yeah, and we're for the 4th leg. We're gonna keep it in the receiving core. Let's take Terry McLaurin at 65.5 receiving yards. He's kind of due for a breakout game. He had 52, I believe, then a big game with over 100, and then he came back down to earth at 53, I think, against the Ravens. He did catch 2 touchdowns, but I like to see him have more yards in this one. The Panthers given up 226.3 yards per game in the air. That's one of the worst in the NFL. They're definitely in the bottom, 5 or 6. And I like the Commanders' offense to kind of have a day on Sunday after following the loss against the Ravens.
That is it. We got to run back. Chris Godwin higher than 6 receptions. T. Higgins higher than 4.5 receptions. A.J. Brown higher than 70.5 yards. And Terry McLaurin higher than 65.5 receiving yards. Those 4, lock them in on Underdog. Code WOOD. Let's roll.
Is there a free bet for sign up this week? Probably, right?
Yes, I don't know what it is. It's probably a Sunday night. Okay, it's probably Aaron Rodgers, if I had to guess, over a yard.
Yeah, so sign up, use code WOOD, and you get a little
you could add that to those.
Add that for more money, because that's hitting. That's hitting.
Yes, that is hitting. And that is the episode.
That's the episode.
Week 7 NFL, Week 8 college football. A lot of big games this week in both NFL and college. I'm excited.
This is definitely one of the bigger ones. We got good matchups. The Texans take on the Packers.
We have a lot of butt cheeks matchups in the NFL as well, but we won't be paying attention to that. I mean, we will. We got you, but you don't.
If you don't watch it, we understand. Yeah. But we got Texans, Packers. You guys play the Bucks. We play the Jets. 2 matchups of the week, division, NFC North, Lions, Vikings, 49ers, Chiefs. We got some bangers. And then obviously the Saturday slate. If you have any plans on Saturday, listen, if you're taking your girl out to dinner on Saturday,
probably.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're taking your girl out on Saturday night, it better be to somewhere that has the Georgia game on, because they're losing. You better watch.
Miami, Louisville at noon?
We are playing at noon, I believe. Yes. So we got games all day Saturday. We got good games on Sunday and a banger on Monday night.
I like that.
We're almost in the midway through the season here in the NFL, college as well.
It makes me sad.
I know. We got to kind of talk about our mid-season awards.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
We got to throw that in there, but we appreciate you guys watching. Like we say every week, comment, subscribe, like the video, share the video. Let us know. I don't know. Let us know anything. Let us know who your favorite teams are. Let us know how your teams are doing, who you're rocking with. Like by now, I'm a Miami fan. We're back, baby. The Steelers, we're beating the Jets, I guess, on Sunday night. And the Chiefs are going to stay undefeated. The Ravens are losing to the Bucks.
That's also not true.
I'm a time traveler, so listen to me.
He's in an alternate universe because he's not in this one. That's for sure.
I'm in an alternate universe. That's the episode. Great football work. We'll see you guys on Tuesday morning to talk about it, to talk about all of the noise happening. Playoff baseball going on. Hockey's back. Sports is in full effect. It's hoodie season. The weather's beautiful. All the bugs have crawled back into hell where they belong.
Yes.
And I love
Along
it.
with
It
the
makes
Chiefs this week.
All right, bro. Makes me happy. Football's back. Weather's good. Sports are good. We love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Peace out. That was crazy week.